Raptors look to take one from a Western Conference team here at the Air Canada Center. This is the first game in the Warriors road trip. Well, they are on top of their game right now, and guys on top of the league, the best record in both conferences.
And to say these guys are hot right now would be putting it mildly. They've come into this game playing arguably the best basketball of anybody in the league.
Yeah, Greg, it's been a big-time winning streak. I mean, many of the games haven't even been close during the streak. Needless to say, they're coming into every game now with great confidence and swagger.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Barnes, and at the 3, the small forward.
And guys, as remarkable as Steph Curry's offensive game is, I think what's underrated is how he competes on the defensive end of the floor. I mean, not the strongest nor most explosive player, but he continues with activity and plays with tremendous effort.
Valanciunas, it's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And here are the Warriors now, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
Rarely do you see a team shoot like that from everybody. I mean, they were getting scoring from every position all over the court.
Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. The shot by Curry, no good. Golden State on D. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
Yeah, it was a narrow win, but at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate, and that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
The Raptors have gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Offensive rebound. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The drive by Green, and he gets it to go. Green's got his first bucket in this one.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Lowry, and it's sent back by Bogut. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry against Lowry. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
And remember, you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA.
And Curry, certainly, Clark, a magician with the ball in his hands. He can really supply the terrific handle, razzle-dazzle moves, crossovers. He has it all.
He sure does, but on occasion he can be a little loose with it and turn it over some. That's been a focus both by him and the coaching staff. Attack, but do it with precision.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Raptors trail by 10. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
So, timeout called here. The first for Toronto. A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for 3s and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He surely passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Biombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, for Damari Carroll, and Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. They set the pick. Here's Patterson. And nothing is falling for him right now.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Biombo kicks to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position.
Yeah, and I like this call because he wants the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patterson. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Curry gets the bucket.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Ross. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. He dishes it to Scola. Here's Powell. He's covered by Thompson. To stop the drought, Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night. Joseph dishes to Scola. Poked away. It's stolen by Green. And Iguodala with a clear path to the hoop. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
Outside, Scola floats one, and the layup is good.
Luis Scola.
Scola's got his first points of the game.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh yeah, shots.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. And DeMar DeRozan, star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people never really pay no attention to the Raptors. They just look at the Raptors like another team, you know. So when I came, you know, I just wanted to bring that feeling back and the excitement that everybody had for the Raptors.
Let's take them back.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter at his best couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning the championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scola, and it's Carroll in at the 3 slot. And he gets it to go. And one thing about DeMar DeRozan, such sweet mid-range jump shooting accuracy. It was his bread and butter in college, and Greg, the same here in the pros.
And he gets tremendous lift going up, really squares himself to the rim and releases it quickly. Almost an impossible shot to defend. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up. The highest scoring point guards this season. Number 1, Steph Curry, and of course, Kyle Lowry.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and put points up while they find ways to get the rest of the team involved. Really the complete package.
And to me, that's what makes them so special. I mean, they don't have one way to punish you offensively. They've got several. You want your point guard to be the most versatile player on the squad, and these guys are.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Luis Scola. Toronto calls timeout.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them to
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Festus Ezeli. Spates comes in for Green. Leandro Barbosa is checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Carroll, terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And that one's good. Iguodala's got his second basket of the night. Raptors trail by 15. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And it's Carroll in the corner, wide open. And the shot is long. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Here is Livingston following the score by DeMar DeRozan. The 19-foot shot, and again, Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 4 points this quarter.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Now here is Lowry. He's covered closely. He feeds it to DeRozan. Patterson, the screen. It's DeRozan with the drive. Patterson can't get it to go.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And that one's good. Patterson's got his first points in this one.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now. And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
1:19 left to play here in the half. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
And DeRozan, here we go. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Warriors foul.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
A new group in now for the Raptors.
First personal foul.
Biombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Powell, that's good.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
It's Iguodala with the drive. Again, Iguodala missing.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And that one's good. Powell's got 4 points this quarter.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
It's deflected.